Good afternoon. We are here at the House Republican Issues Conference, and as we were in a work session here within the last half hour, there was a buzz among the audience as people were seeing notices come across their phone as something that was rather shocking to us. We saw the remarks from Senator Chuck Schumer calling for new elections in Israel. And we want to speak very clearly and concisely to say that this is not only highly inappropriate, it's just plain wrong for an American leader to play such a divisive role in Israeli politics while our closest ally in the region is in an existential battle for its very survival. We need to be standing with Israel, and we need to give our friends and allies our full support. We have to stand with and support them right now, but what you're seeing from the White House and clearly from the Senate Democrats is really exactly the opposite. They seem to be standing with and supporting Iran and its proxies instead. This is an extension of the Democrats' foreign policy that has projected weakness on the world stage and undermined our allies around the world. The most important election, in our view, is not what may happen in Israel, but the one that is needed right here in the United States. It will happen in November, and it cannot get here soon enough.
He's absolutely right, man. It is indicative of just more American weakness. And I think we're all seeing it's impossible to ignore it or deny it anymore. American weakness in the world, it really does cost lives. You know, our weakness in just the last few years has destroyed Afghanistan, cost American lives, destroyed Eastern Europe, and is now working its way all the way through the Middle East. And again, the election of Joe Biden has without a doubt cost hundreds of thousands of lives all around the world. And the speaker is right. November cannot come fast enough, man. We have got to put an end to this insanity, man, because it is insanity. You know, every single bit of it has happened because of bad politics and bad policy, man. The reason that powerful Democrats are slowly turning their back on Israel when they can actually see the finish line is because of only politics. You know, they're trying to protect themselves from their radical base, a radical base that they have fostered. I mean, they're the reason that these insane people even exist. And they're the reason that these people feel so emboldened and that they can do the insane things and make the insane demands that they do. And now, you know, they seem to have taken over most of Michigan. And Joey needs Michigan. So he's essentially, I think, willing to sacrifice Israel, our greatest ally in the Middle East and the only true liberal democracy for 2,000 freaking miles, to remain in power. And Michigan says that. What he's doing in Michigan says that. That's not going to cut it, bro.
We've had Vice President Harris calling in more forceful terms for a ceasefire. The president announced during the State of the Union that the military would be building a port in Gaza to deliver aid. He has been extremely critical of Netanyahu. He was caught on a hot mic. I'm sure you heard that. What have you thought of what have been significant rhetorical changes, at least? Has that gone anywhere?
Certainly, pressure works. You see that there is a difference in tone where there's now a recognition of Palestinian suffering. But what I would tell you is that words are not enough. What we want to see is actual change in policy. We want to see actually holding Benjamin Netanyahu and the most right-wing government in Israel's history to account. You heard Senator Schumer's remarks today on the floor demonstrating that pressure works.
That's the second time this progressive mayor has said that, demonstrating that pressure works. That's another mistake that the left has made with these people. They have bent over backwards to placate and appease these crazy people. And the only message those people get is that Democrats are weak. And if we break enough shit or if we make enough ridiculous threats, we can get more. It's like negotiating with terrorists, man. They think they can get everything. And everything is always on a sliding scale. But I'll keep going, guys. But first, help the channel continue to grow. It's a very, very important year for us as conservatives, as Americans. So help the cause, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel.
Demonstrating that pressure works, calling for the distancing and, in fact, the replacing of Benjamin Netanyahu as the prime minister, as well as calling upon President Biden and utilizing our ability and our tool to restrict military funding as a means of trying to find ourselves towards a just solution for the Palestinian people.